We begin tonight with continuing coverage of a story we first brought you. Last night, we received all of the documents on the police investigation into the Healthy Heart Center murder-suicide that happened last month, leading to the death of well-known Dr. Suresh Gadasalli.
The records lay out a story revealing that money was the issue between the two families and have been for the past 2 years. Tonight, CBS 7's Lauren Landman continues an in-depth look at what really happened in the days leading up to the shooting. Lauren?
As we told you last night, a failed business venture between the two families started the money problems around 2 years ago. When the Thangham family began asking for money back from Dr. Gadasalli, he threatened to sue the family for defamation of character. But according to records, a settlement was made outside of court 2 days before the shooting, costing the Thangham family around $200,000. Just one more monetary problem for the Thanghams. Police records show text messages sent 9 days before the shooting are some of the first signs police have that show Ayasami Thangham was suffering with mental health problems and looked to possibly hurt himself. Dr. Shanti Thangham sends Dr. Suresh Gadasalli this text message saying that her husband scared her and said at one point, quote, he was going to die. When asked why, she said it's because he had lost everything when coming to America. At that, she continues to say that she will care for him and that he is, quote, a good man at heart. That's where the texts stop, but the story continues now just 6 days before the shooting when Ayasami Thangham walks into the Rusty Spur gun shop to purchase a gun. According to documents, he stayed at the shop for over an hour, learning how to shoot as well as the safety of the firearm. The man selling him the gun tells police that Mr. Thangham was not listed as an individual ineligible to own a firearm. With that, Mr. Thangham pays and leaves. Now 2 days before the shooting, the Thanghams and Dr. Gadasalli gather for dinner to discuss their agreement to settle the lawsuit. According to Dr. Thangham's close friend and office manager, Domingo Lopez, Dr. Gadasalli had arranged for the dinner, even telling her what she had to cook. In the report, Lopez describes Dr. Gadasalli as a control freak, claiming he would at times even try to run her office. The night before the shooting, reports show Mr. Thangham was helping other co-workers paint his wife's office. The next morning, Dr. Thangham tells police that she found a box of bullets in her desk. She then asked her employees if they had placed them in her desk. They all denied it, saying maybe Mr. Thangham had done it the night before. Dr. Thangham denied that, saying, quote, it couldn't have been her husband's because Sammy didn't own a gun. The employees then debated if they should turn it into police with the assumption that it could have been one of her mental health patients trying to threaten her. However, she said she wanted to wait until she was able to ask her husband. Multiple calls to Mr. Thangham were never returned, but because he had an appointment with Dr. Gadasalli early in the morning, she thought her husband was just busy. Hours later, sirens and police filled the downtown area. Only then did Dr. Thangham believe her husband was behind the gun. Nurses and patients give their side of the story to police, saying Dr. Thangham went to his appointment early in the morning but returned in the afternoon. Without thinking there was any kind of problem between the two, nurses let him wait in exam room number 4. It didn't take long before nurses heard a commotion in the room. One nurse, Blanca Chavez, tells police she heard the shots, ran to the room and heard Dr. Gadasalli say, oh my God. She opened the door and saw Mr. Thangham standing over him. Mr. Thangham sees Chavez and points the gun at her. Chavez tells police that she ran back to her room at that point, and that's when she heard the final gunshot that killed Mr. Thangham. In an interview with police, Dr. Thangham reports that she didn't know why this incident took place or why it happened on that day. She also adds that she did not suspect anything and believed everything was okay. In the studio, I'm Lauren Landman, CBS 7 News.
Lauren, thanks. According to the autopsy report, Dr. Gadasalli was shot 3 times, once in the neck, once in the chest, and once in the right forearm. Thangham had a gunshot wound to the mouth that went through his brain. Autopsy papers list that his death was a suicide.